Real estate here in Germany has become really expensive over the last couple of years. But there are cities that are even more expensive than the rest of Germany. There are cities that will make you say, this city is in a real estate bubble. We'll see about that when we get there. For now, let's take a look at the top 10 most expensive German cities to buy real estate in this GermanReal.Estate blog. Statista compiled a list together with Empirica, an independent research institute, with the most expensive properties in Q4 of 2022. So quite recently actually. And we start with number 10, a city that you probably didn't expect on this list, at least I didn't, Freiburg. And here, maybe some of you guys can help me out in the comments. I mean, Freiburg. Let's call a spade here. I get that Freiburg has a beautiful Altstadt, a university, a little bit of tourism as well, but what are the fundamentals really to justify Freiburg being in the top 10? I don't want to shit on Freiburg, don't get me wrong here, but why is Freiburg more expensive than Cologne, for example? Especially when you compare Freiburg to the number 9 on the list of the most expensive German cities, Erlangen. 50 kilometers around Freiburg, there's literally nothing, and with Erlangen you get Nuremberg very close by. You get the third largest university in Bavaria, which is much larger than the university in Freiburg as well. So, not sure about you guys, but for just 50 euros per square meter more, I'd go with Erlangen over Freiburg all day. It's actually cheaper to buy in Erlangen than in Freiburg because ground purchasing taxes are 1.5% lower, which lowers your closing costs when purchasing a property. You cannot quite invest with 100 euros like you can on our GermanReal.Estate marketplace that allows you to invest in real estate in the easiest way possible, but close. About 90 euros per square meter more expensive than Erlangen is our number 8 on the list of the most expensive real estate in Germany, Rosenheim. I live in Munich for about 13 years now, and let me tell you, there will always be the next hype area around Munich. First it was the famous Starnberger See, then Schliersee, Ammersee, Tegernsee, you name it. Rich people will always find a new area. This area receives a lot of hype and attracts normal people. And then these rich people go to the next area and the cycle continues. And for Rosenheim I have to ask the same question as for Freiburg. I get it's close to Munich, the mountains, Chiemsee, I get all of that. But what are the fundamentals of Rosenheim to justifying being it the 8th most expensive city in Germany? More expensive than Cologne, for example. Some of these cities are getting a little out of hand, are they not? I'd rather invest 70 euros per square meter more and buy in the second largest city in Germany, Hamburg. Here I also don't have to ask for the fundamentals, because Hamburg is undoubtedly one of the top 7 A locations in Germany. They just increased their ground purchasing taxes from 3.5% to 5.5%, which hurts a little. You would have gotten a 2% discount, let's say, if you bought last year instead of this year, but still, Hamburg is a very solid location. At the end of the day, it depends on the property as well. I know you guys always want to know the best location in Germany, but the truth is, if you have the right property, any decent location will be just fine. And vice versa. If you have the best location, but a property that nobody wants to live in, then you have a failed investment as well. We need both to come together in order to have a successful real estate investment. A great property in a great location. From the second largest city to the largest city in Germany, Berlin on number 5 and Potsdam on number 6. And here I was a little stunned at how low the premium is from Berlin to Potsdam. 50 bucks per square meter, not even 1% more. That's nothing. If the numbers of Q4 of 2022 are still valid, of course. Because in a video just a couple of weeks ago, we had this statistic that rents have exploded by 27% over the last 3 months in Berlin. And you know how it goes. Higher rents will eventually lead to higher property prices. If you are sitting at home now and think, holy smokes, 27% in just 3 months, I gotta buy a property in Berlin now, then I'm afraid it's already too late to act. If you want to buy in Berlin, despite all the politics with the rent cap and everything, you do you. But if you want to buy in Berlin simply because of that rent increase, it's too late, my friend. Where it's not too late is number 4 of the most expensive real estate cities in Germany, Düsseldorf. Now you could ask for the fundamentals too, why Düsseldorf is 100 euros more expensive than Berlin, but given its proximity to Cologne and the Ruhrgebiet, it's rightfully so one of the top 7 A locations in Germany. And that's why I bought a property close to Düsseldorf just last December, that you can invest in together with me. Just check the community portfolio on our website GermanReal.Estate. Five Rocks, the property developer I bought the property from, is a big fan of the Düsseldorf area and thinks that it's really underrated still. I have one more area that I personally like a little more than Düsseldorf, which I will reveal to you after we talk about the top 3 most expensive cities in Germany. Let's come to the podium. Number 3 of the most expensive cities in Germany, Stuttgart, with almost 8k per square meter, a big leap from Düsseldorf. And it's because Stuttgart has one of the best fundamentals on this list, to be honest. No other significant city 50 or even 100 kilometers around Stuttgart, strong economy with all the car manufacturers, absolutely solid fundamentals for real estate investors. The only issue is that Stuttgart is inside this bowl, Kessel as we call it in German, which drives up property prices inside the bowl ridiculously. And that may be one argument why buying in the surrounding areas of Stuttgart, the suburbs for example, may be a lot better, a lot more affordable at least, than inside the bowl. Second place is Frankfurt. You probably knew it already and you probably also know the number 1. What may be surprising is that the price difference between Stuttgart and Frankfurt, just 70 euros or about 1%, is actually pretty close. I mean, you could argue that you get a lot more fundamentals in Frankfurt than in Stuttgart. It's the financial center of Europe after the Brexit. You get Mainz and Wiesbaden kind of with it because they're super close. You could make arguments in both directions. And please don't take my word for it, I'm just a regular person like anyone else. Please do your own research before investing. And now, the number 1, the most expensive real estate city in Germany. You know it already, I know it already, Munich. What you probably didn't know is that square meter prices in Munich are with over 11,000 euros, more than 40% more expensive than square meter prices in Frankfurt. Wow, it's ridiculous. And it of course begs the question, are properties in Munich worth the price for real estate investors? And I have my doubts about that, to be honest. Munich has extremely solid fundamentals. Munich is without any alternative 100 kilometers around, with the exception of Augsburg. In short, Munich is safe. And that's why you are paying such a big premium for real estate here in Munich. And that's why my personal favorite area, where you get the most bang for your buck, is the triangle of Dresden, Leipzig and Chemnitz. This region, with Leipzig in particular, has experienced incredible growth over the last years, and that's also why we added a lot of investments for you guys in the Leipzig area. Some property developments pay up to 12% fixed interest rate as well as 20% profit share to you investors. So why don't you hop over to our website GermanReal.Estate, that is linked in the comments, and see what investments are currently available.